videos. Welcome back to Recreationz by Alicia, and that's me. As you can see, we got a new setup today. I am outside. The lighting is real nice. It's like a nice day, and it's just too much going on in my house, and I'm like, I gotta get this video done. Okay. Alright, so today we'll be coming with the top 10 binge-worthy things that you can watch on Netflix. I've been watching Netflix for a good little minute, so I got a lot of shows that I'm gonna put y'all on if y'all ain't already on it. Now, I did a top 10, but some of these are gonna be together because you know how they have spin-off shows. Also, they're not in any particular order, just like whatever you want to watch. I have different categories. I'm not gonna necessarily be like, oh, this is gonna be the best show, or this is gonna be the best show. It's just gonna be my rundown of some of the best shows. You know, I got my notebook because I gotta keep everything wrote down, okay, to be productive. When I watch my Netflix videos, I like to get a show that has multiple seasons on it anyways, and once I do watch one show, I have to watch the whole thing. I can't keep going back and forth. I have to watch the whole thing and then I go on to my next show. But yeah, if you want me to do a part 2, let me know in the comments. All right, let's get into it. All right, so number 1, we're going to be going with Vampire Diaries.
Alright, so Vampire Diaries is basically about 2 brothers, and of course they're vampires. And one of the brothers, which name is Stefan, he decides to go back to their hometown of Mystic Falls. And I don't know if he went back for the girl in the picture or not, or just like get to know her or to fall in love with her. But she has a doppelganger, so I don't know if you know what a doppelganger is, but a doppelganger is basically somebody else in the world who looks just like you. So yeah, it's a lot of drama behind that, and he doesn't know that his brother actually follows him there. And yeah, this show is really crazy. It has, like, of course, vampires, werewolves, and witches, so just make sure y'all check that out.
So I want to put into that the original.
Alright, so The Originals is basically a show about a family of vampires, and the show is based off in New Orleans, and one of the brothers' names is Klaus, and he actually makes and mentors a guy named Marcel, which is the one sitting in the chair. And so when Klaus goes back, he basically tries to take his crown back, and in that time he actually finds out he has a baby on the way, which is the first hybrid. So if you don't know what a hybrid is, it's basically like a vampire and a witch. I mean, not a witch, but a vampire and a werewolf mixed together. So yeah, he also has witches in this show, so make sure y'all check that out.
It's gonna be True Blood. It's also a vampire show.
Alright, so True Blood is actually not even on Netflix anymore. I believe it's on Hulu, but I didn't know that when I made this video. But it's really good. It has a lot of seasons, and it's based off this girl in the picture with the blonde hair. Her name is Suki, and she has powers. She can read people's minds, and she knows what people are thinking. And she actually falls for a vampire, which is the one above her. And vampirism isn't even a secret in their town. It's really known, and people are letting vampires take their blood for the fun of it. Also, it has witches and werewolves, and it gets better with each season, so make sure y'all check that out.
Z Nation is the next movie.
Alright, so Z Nation is a zombie apocalypse type movie, and it's based off this bluish, weird looking guy in the picture, and he's actually a prisoner to the government, and they end up injecting him with the cure to being a zombie, and they let him get bit by like 10 different zombies, and he survives. Later on, their camp actually gets overran by zombies, and it's one survivor, and his duty is to try to get him to Los Angeles so they can formulate a cure. Later on, they run into a group of survivors that help them along the way. And yeah, this show is just really crazy. Y'all seen a zombie baby, and yeah, it just gets better with each season. They have like 9 seasons, so make sure y'all check that out.
So number 4 is The Walking Dead.
Alright, so The Walking Dead is about this guy on the end. He's actually a police officer, and he wakes up from a coma in the hospital. And this is actually after the world has been overrun by zombies. He later meets a man that helps him survive and helps with his injuries. Later, he sets out to find his family, his wife and his son. And yeah, it just shows how he has to do different strategies and what you really have to do to survive. They meet a lot of crazy people, and they have 9 seasons. I think the 10th season is on TV right now, but it's really crazy. Y'all make sure y'all check that out as well.
Now, number 5, How to Get Away with Murder.
Alright, so How to Get Away with Murder. It's about this lady in the picture, and she's a lawyer. She has a class that's actually called How to Get Away with Murder, where she teaches her students how to practice law in a courtroom, and she actually teaches them how to get away with murder. And yeah, the show just has a lot of crazy tricks and turns. You might think one person killed somebody, but they really didn't. But yeah, they have a lot of seasons. Make sure y'all check that out as well.
Number 6, Blacklist.
Alright, so Blacklist is a thriller, and it's about the guy in the picture. His name is Raymond Reddington. He's on America's Most Wanted list. He ends up turning himself in, and he told the FBI that he only wants to speak to the lady in the picture, and they work together to take down some of the world's biggest criminals. And yeah, so he called it his blacklist. Now this show is really crazy. No one is who they say they are. It's really good. Make sure y'all check out that trailer as well.
7 is Zoo.
Alright, so Zoo is basically about how groups of animals are starting to work together to fight back against humans. And yeah, they're just all working together, and they end up actually killing like a lot of people. Show it gets like crazier each season. It's about like a guy, he's doing a lot of research on animals, and he's seeing the weird behavior that's happening with them, and they're trying to find a cure to help the animals. But yeah, they end up taking out a lot of people, and it just gets crazy each season. Make sure y'all check that trailer out as well.
Alright, number 8 is The Get Down.
Alright, The Get Down is based off in the 1970s when like breakdancing and DJing was really popular, and it's about a group of friends and how they struggle and try to just make it in the hood. One of the friends, he's a poet, and he tries to turn that into rapping, and the other friend, he's more in the streets, and he tries to change that into DJing. And yeah, it's really crazy. It has I think only like 2 seasons, but it's really good. Make sure you check that out as well.
Alright, number 9, I kind of got put on to it by my son, and that is The Stranger Things.
Alright, so Stranger Things, it's like a weird sci-fi type show, and it's about a group of friends. It's like 4 of them. One of them ends up missing, and then out of the blue, a girl appears, and she has a tattoo that says 11. So that's what they end up calling her. She has powers, and yeah, it has like a whole nother dimension and like creatures, and the group of friends actually end up saving the world. It's really crazy, and I think they have like 4 seasons. Make sure you check that out as well.
So 10, finally at 10, there's also one I put together, which is Arrow.
Alright, so Arrow is about the guy in the picture in the middle. He's actually a billionaire, and he ends up getting into a boating accident, and he ends up getting stranded on the island, and they thought he was dead. Then later on, he gets rescued, and once he gets back to the town he's in, he actually like gets very skilled with the arrow while he was on the island. So he turns into a vigilante, and he saves the city. And yeah, he later on gets a team, which is the other people that's in the picture. And yeah, it's really good. It has a lot of seasons. Make sure y'all check that out as well. Alright, so into that I put The Flash, and The Flash is basically about the guy in the picture. His name is Barry Allen, and he's actually a CSI. And then in some type of explosion, he gets powers, and he has power speed. And yeah, he gets a team as well. It's really crazy. It has a lot of seasons. I really haven't finished watching it, but it's really good. And yeah, it's basically just about a superhero saving his town. So make sure y'all check that out as well.
I'm telling you, watch the previews to some of these shows. If you know a certain show or category that you would want to watch, make sure you watch the preview and start watching it now. Everybody has a friend that got Netflix, so just use a Netflix code, okay? And it's really not that expensive. I think it might be like $13 or something like that a month. And they have so many shows and stuff that you'll get your money's worth, I promise you. Tell me what shows y'all have already been watching, what's y'all favorite, and if any recommendations y'all have for me, make sure y'all leave it in the comments below, and maybe in my part 2 or part 3 or however many parts I do. You did. Make sure you tune into my next video. I'm trying to be more consistent, because I know, like I told y'all in my catching up with me video, it was a lot with my phone, and it happened again. The devil don't like for me to win, okay? But y'all see I'm coming with them bangers, okay? So I'm gonna do a part 2 of some more good shows. I might do movies next. Some good movies. If y'all don't want to have to watch a whole season, you know how you just want to have a couple hours to chill and watch a good movie, I will put y'all. So yeah, I might have to do like an Amazon Prime, a Hulu, or I don't know, whatever other networks they have on there. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.